probably take place by about 8:30.
Okay, and your first meal is?
About 7 o'clock.
And what time is your training?
About 5.
Okay. So what type of fats would you have in your diet, if any?
When I'm absorbing a lot of carbohydrates, I don't tend to take fats. It's only towards the last few weeks where I sort of taper off on the carbs and introduce fats. The fats that I would have would be flaxseed oil or coconut oil. I think that coconut oil for me, it does something to my body which I can't explain. It gives me a little bit more energy, and I see better results.
Interesting. And how much flaxseed oil did you have with that?
Flaxseed oil, I'd probably be having about a teaspoon with every meal.
Last week, the week before the comp, and how that was different from the weeks prior.
Okay, with the last week of the contest, I deplete myself. So what I basically deplete on is just chicken and green vegetables, and drink a lot of water so I can flush out whatever's sitting in my stomach and that, and sort of helps my body repair as well. At the same time, I'm also water loading. So when it comes to the day of the contest, where I have to cut my water, the night before the contest I have to cut the water, it makes it a lot more easier to flush out. So I come in dry. So.
And is this the same even the day before, 2 days before?
2 days before, what I would do is I basically do 4 days, do the principle of 4 days with no carbs.
Yes.
Just having green leafy vegetables and chicken breast fillets, lots of water, getting between 3 to 7 litres a day. And then after the 4 days, the 5th and 6th day, what I'd be doing is having increasing, slowly putting in the carbohydrates, maybe starting for 150 grams of carbs, then going the following day, maybe going to 250, 300, and the day of the show, just going out to maybe about 400 grams of carbs, seeing how I look, trying not to overspill.
In the morning of the show?
That's, yeah.
Okay. So Robert, tell us do you take supplements?
I do.
You do? And what type of supplements do you take?
I take a variety of supplements. I take, with bodybuilding, you're eliminating a lot of minerals and nutrients, so you've got to take stuff to sort of help your body recover and recoup. So I take, first supplement I take is BCAAs, so branched chain amino acids. I take that always, not in pill form, as a shake form, so I use the Extend product, and I'll drink that throughout the day to make sure I get my BCAAs in and make myself feel good. I use protein powders. If I don't have time for a meal, I'd be having a protein shake. It's also a lot more cheaper, so it helps me out. With pre-workouts, I normally use a supplement called Super Pump 250. Basically, it's got arginine in it, which basically it helps you get a good pump, gives you a bit of vascularity in that, and gives you a lot of energy. I also use, after pre-workout, I'll use Sizon. A lot of people normally use it during training. I like to use it after. I just find it's more beneficial for me, just because my stomach's so full when I'm training, when I'm doing my training, because I'm drinking a lot of fluid. I might as well just drink it after, sort of get that recovery in by the time I get, my protein shake. In terms of, I use a triple supplement as well, because I need to obviously produce a little bit more testosterone, I'd say. It's a stimulant anyway. Sort of make me feel like, I've been small and I can sort of lift a little bit more. And I use a little bit of glutamine, which is for muscle recovery.
And throughout the year, is this consistent what you would be doing?
I don't normally use supplements in the off season, so when it comes to contest prep, I use supplements then. Whereas in the off season, I like to eat just whole foods, normal foods, get my energy from that. My body's not under a lot of stress. It's not worried about competing or losing body fat or anything like that. All it's worried about is maintaining muscle, and it's not under intense training. Because like I said, I'm not getting ready for a show, so I don't see why I would need to take my supplements then to keep me going.
So do you use any supplement at all, or no?
No, okay. Not in off season, no.
Okay. Okay, Robert, let's talk about your training. So go through a normal training week that you would do.
Okay, so I basically train 5 days a week. but I'm in the gym 7 days because I do cardio every day. Day one, I normally do chest. Chest because I like to do chest. A lot of people like to do chest on a Monday too. It's just after the weekend. Tuesday, I'll do back. It's a big body part as well. Wednesday, I'll do legs, but I'll incorporate hamstrings at the same time, not just quads. On the fourth day, what I'd be training is arms, so your biceps and your triceps. And then on the fifth day, I'll just be doing some abdominal work, some calves, and things that are sort of smaller body parts would be sort of neglect.
And how long do your training sessions go for?
Well, when I'm training, say 2 body parts, for example, like abdominals and calves, they could take up to an hour and 25 minutes, depending. But most of my sessions are about 45 minutes.
And with your training, do you prefer to go heavy or do you go for the higher reps with a lower weight?
I don't see myself as an endurance person, so I like to go heavy. Heavy always works for me, gives me better results. And for my body, I mean, I've worked on it in the past, and because I'm not the tallest guy, it's very helpful.
So how many repetitions would you say you do for
when I go heavy, I would be going between 6 and 10, but depending on what exercise I'm doing.
And how many sets do you do per body part?
Roughly, I'll be doing 4 exercises, probably 3 sets in each.
And with your cardio, do you incorporate cardio within the? You say you do it every day, so.
Yep. I break up my cardio into 2 sessions. So I'll do one first thing in the morning. By the time I get up, it's early morning, so the gyms aren't open by then. So I just go for a walk around on the streets. And then I always, in the evening, I will after the weight training, I'd be using the Stairmaster for about 45 minutes.
How long is the walk in the morning?
About an hour.
Okay. And is this the type of? Do you do this cardio throughout the year, or is it mainly for?
It's only show time. I don't like doing cardio. Yeah. It's quite boring.
Yeah.
But as every bodybuilder knows, you've got to do it.
Okay. Talk about your preparations for the comp, and one of the big parts of competing is posing. So, what are your thoughts on posing? How long do you do it? How often do you do it? Do you do it throughout the year? Do you how long before the competition do you prepare your posing? Just explain.
Okay, so with my posing, what I basically do is, with every workout I do, I sort of, after the workout, just squeeze the muscle I've been working. So if I'm doing back, I'll make sure I'm posing my back, really getting that blood in the back and trying to bring out the detail. At the same time, trying to really flex down on the legs as well, doing every pose you can do, just to bring out some detail. I wouldn't be doing that all the time when I first start my contest prep, but towards the end, I'm doing it probably a month out constantly for at least half an hour.
At least half an hour. Yeah. And